Hey guys, what's up? It's Harry here, and welcome back to another episode. This is the second episode of my series so far. If you remember the first episode, we just went over my game profile itself, what mods I'm using, what setup my truck is, a few little bits and pieces about what you can do with the mods that I've got installed. If you remember, if you did watch the first video, I told you about the Pro Mods map extension. So I'm just going to show you on here just how big this map extension really is. So we'll start up here next to England. So as you can see, we've got all the little islands at the north of the country. We go over to here. I'm not 100% sure what that island's called, if I'm being honest, but I was never very good at geography at school. And then if you come over here, you can see how much is actually in France now. You've got loads in Germany, you've got a few extras in Italy. It's just unreal. I mean, you can see we're going all the way up to Poland. Now you can get a Russia map extension. I don't actually have that at the moment. I'm purely for the fact that I've just got so much that I need to explore on here as it is. So I decided not to bother with the Russian map extension just yet. Now I know you can get some more mods to go further down into Italy, further down here. I'm not 100% sure where these are, so we'll just change that. Yeah, so you can get mods to go to Ireland. You can get mods to go further into Norway, further into Sweden. That's your Russia side. I'm not sure about Belarus and Ukraine yet. You probably can. I'm assuming you can probably get more maps to go to these countries here. Like say further down into Italy, into Spain and Portugal. But to be honest, I think we've got enough to do already. Just purely for the fact that, I mean, I've discovered like very little of the map, and you can see that I've already got a fair few discovered places in England. There is a few extras now in Scotland. We go back to the world map. So you've got things like Inverness, Oban, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that, Broadford, Portree, Fort Williams, and all the way up to Wick here at the very end of the map. We can actually go over to Ramsey and Douglas now. Grimms in Liverpool are already standard. I'm not sure if Swansea was or not. But as you can see, there's just so much, so much. So there's no point in putting any extra map extensions on just yet. Just purely for the fact that with the Pro mods and the Vive la France going west, I think it is, SCS mods, that obviously adds a lot more on there as well. So there's more than enough at the moment. So we're going to have a look here. I'm currently in Strasbourg. I'm not quite sure if that's how you pronounce it. I'm not very good at English, let alone foreign languages. So we're going to go into the freight market here. I'm just going to click on Strasbourg. You can correct me if I'm not saying that right. I'm just going to look for a little job, just for my first transport video. I don't want to do anything too long just yet. So we do have this one from Strasbourg to Clermont, however you pronounce that. 21,000. It's not a bad paid job for the distance we're travelling, and it's taken us somewhere where I've not been yet, so there's an extra discoverable on there. So I'm going to set the GPS for that one, and we're going to take a drive. We'll just drive out a little bit. We'll have a look at our trailer. I'm going to do, I think, just on this truck's horrendous for stalling for some reason. Need more revs, I think. So we'll just stop it up here. Handbrake on. So if we go into F6, we can see here, so cargo pressure tank 12 tons. Expected Thursday is 6:22. It's currently Wednesday at 11:16, so we've got plenty of time. It's £21,154 for the delivery. As you can see, we've got 23 hours and 15 minutes remaining to get this trailer to where it needs to be. I've currently got 6 hours 2 minutes driving time left. If we just press the right button. So this is our cargo here. As you can see, we've got a few pressure tanks on there. They look a bit old and rusted, the big ones. Must be second hand, selling them off to another company for cheaper. So we'll get back in the cab. So I did make a little bit of a mess up on this video at the start. I had realised that I'd actually stopped recording just as I picked up the trailer. So I am going to be starting from Claremont now, rather than Strasbourg, because I done half the drive and realised I'd stopped recording. So yeah, we'll find another job from here. This whole recording and putting things on YouTube is still quite new to me, so you'll have to excuse some of the noobish mistakes that I keep making. But to be expected now and again. So I do have a little job here, which takes us from Claremont to Bourges, I think it is, not quite sure. Well, it's a fragile cargo, and it is a standard delivery, also high value medical vaccines. So I think we're going to take these up to there. We'll see how long that video is. I did change my engine back over because it did go back to the 350 for some reason. So I have put the 1000 brake horsepower V8 in it, but I have realised it's a little bit stupid on power. So I am tempted just to downgrade that to the Euro 5 V8, which is only 500 brake horsepower, just so it's a bit more of a challenge. Because the 1000 brake horsepower engine it's just too easy in my opinion, and you tend to find, well, I tend to find that I'm over revving quite a lot, because the gear change is just so rapid. So I think we'll do that at some point in this video. So I'm going to set my GPS for this one. As you can see, I'm on a construction site at the moment. If we just go to an outside view, so that's the trailer I delivered. That's the one that was meant to be the initial video, which I messed up on. So as you can see, we're in some sort of construction yard, but some foundation work going in there. It is quite a tight entrance, this one. You've got to go down a narrow bit of path to get in and out. So let's head to our next job. I am going to have to get some WD-40 on this chair as well because it's squeaking like mad. So if you just take a look at my rev counter, so my foot's barely touching the accelerator here. But now just a slight bit more power and you can see just how quick we're going up in the revs. Probably could have went a bit slower over that there, never mind. So I am gonna downgrade to the smaller engine, I think. Again, just for a bit more of a challenge, because this engine's just making it too easy, to be fair. I'll turn the diff lock off. Try not to put the handbrake on. Another thing I found with the V8 Euro 6 1000 brake horsepower engine as well is the fuel consumption is ridiculous. I'm going to spend more time putting fuel in than I am anything else, and it's not the cheapest thing in the game. This is fueling up. I mean, it can cost you up to £1,000 of fuel, which might not seem that much when you're delivering like £20,000–30,000 cargoes, but it does add up quite a lot. So we're just gonna, actually I can see a garage up on the left there, so I'm gonna just take a quick detour up here. There's a lot of roundabouts in France as well, I've noticed, which is not a bad thing, but the UI doesn't really do so well with roundabouts for some reason. There's a garage there, potential to buy. Something we'll look into later on is buying another garage once I've upgraded my my garage to the maximum amount. It's one of the things I've noticed on this game compared to America's Truck Simulator is the difference in prices for upgrading garages and buying garages. The upgrades and the cost to buy a new garage is the same price in this game. So we'll just go in here, do a quick service while we're in. £1,300. So we're going to go to engines. So there's the 500 brake horsepower Euro 5 V8. So we're going to go for that one instead. There is the 480 Euro 6, which is quite similar to the V8. Now I think the difference between the Euro 5 and the Euro 6 is just the emissions that it lets out. It's not a great deal of difference in the price. There's another 480 there, which isn't a Euro 5 or Euro 6. Yeah, we'll go for that one. I think we're going to go for the Euro 5 V8. So we'll just confirm that, which should make a bit of a difference. I'll just reset that because every time we come in it changes it. We shall head off to our collection point now. So what I'm saving for, I currently have 113,000 after we've just been in the garage. I am aiming to go for 144,000, which will upgrade my garage to the next point. And then we can start looking at saving up towards buying another couple of trucks and getting another couple of drivers, which again will all add towards my income. And the more income we can get, the better. Means I can start to buy things a lot quicker and upgrade my truck a lot quicker. yeah, I definitely prefer this one. 1,000 brake horsepower truck's just a bit OTT, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of you guys might actually like it and prefer it, but I think I just prefer a bit more of a challenge than just being able to whiz around and not actually have any issues. Now I'm getting all my gears messed up because I'm just done a full drive with the other engine in. But also, with a bit of luck with this engine, it should save me a bit of money on diesel as well. Just let my cruise control up to 90. So yeah, one of the things I was talking about in my last video was about upgrading my PC, because I have had the same PC now for about 5 years. Obviously, at the time it was quite a beast of a PC, but 5 years is a long time when it comes to the gaming industry and the speed that new content, I say content, I don't actually mean content, the speed that new hardware comes out is ridiculously fast. That truck's just that truck just nearly wiped that signpost out there. So yeah, I mean, one of the main things is a graphics card. I've kind of upgraded little bits and pieces over the years as I've gone on. But one of the things that is in desperate need of is a graphics card with my PC at the moment, because it is just so outdated now. I mean, a lot of people will probably look at it and say, you know, that's still quite a decent card, it still plays games quite well, but unfortunately I can't run games on Ultra anymore. Which bugs me a little bit, because I like everything run at max. I like to see the full potential of every game I play. So if you guys wouldn't mind giving me some tips on what to go for upgrading my graphics card, whether I should go dual graphics card or just go all out and get you know, like the latest card that's out, because unfortunately in 5 years I've kind of lost track of how good graphics cards are and stuff now. Obviously I know there's new ones coming out all the time, and I know it's like we're up to what, like 1080 Ti now. I'm possibly wrong, there could be a better one now. So I am looking for something that's not going to break the bank. Obviously I don't really have £650 to spend on a brand spanking new Ti or whatever, so something that's going to last a few years, that's going to run the latest of games with ease, whether that's buying multiple cards or whether it's buying a singular card. So any input would be much appreciated on that ground. We've got our trailer. Just be careful when we're coming out, because there's another trailer alongside us. A fair bit of room though, to be fair. So we'll just pull up here and we'll take a little look at what we're doing. We'll just slam the handbrake on, knock that in neutral, and we'll go to our external view. So, looks like we've got a refrigerator sort style trailer on here. Nothing fancy, to be honest, just a good old plain white trailer, quite short as well too. by the looks of it, so we shouldn't really have much trouble getting this to its destination. We'll just pop back inside, let's have a look what we're doing. So like I said before, medical vaccines, only 5 tons, nice and light. We're expected there Thursday at 7:38 and between Thursday at 7:38 to Thursday at 14:18. We've got 7 hours to get there. I've got 5 hours driving time, so we're probably just going to have to get our foot down here to make sure we get there before we run out of time. So we should probably just get a move on before I'm late and then I get a penalty. So let's be off. Yeah, it's definitely a light trailer. I don't even feel any sort of pull on me truck, to be honest. Just make sure we'll come nice and wide to avoid that fence. It's quite a strange place to have that actually. It's like shut off from everything. Perfect time of morning to be driving, to be fair. Nice and quiet still. So any sort of input, guys, on my videos so far. I know I've only done this will only be my second one, but I don't know, I always welcome any tips or hints or anything like that to make videos better. It is for you guys to watch, so I want to make sure that I'm doing things that's of an interest to you guys, something to stop you from getting bored. Train one past there. Wow, look at the traffic. That's some morning rush hour already. Should probably speed this. Look at this guy, undertaken. Oh no, what's the world coming to? Can't really blame him. I was doing about 20 odd kilometres below the speed limit. So I don't know what you guys look for in a video. You know, I tend to watch Euro Truck Simulation and American Truck Simulation videos on YouTube myself. I think I have come across, I've noticed there's a lot of videos out there where it's somebody's just driving one place to another. There's no talking on it, there's no sort of entertainment. It's actually really boring, to be honest with you. So obviously one of the reasons why I'm talking in mine is obviously just to pass the time away a little bit more, and you know, it gives you guys a chance to interact with us and get to know me a bit more, and gives me the opportunity to see what you guys are looking for in a video and what it is that's going to keep you guys watching, and you know, hopefully down the line I can get a few guys subscribing and getting some likes on the go, because it is early days for me. I mean, this is all completely new to me. I've been thinking about doing it for a little while. I was going to start with Star Wars, The Old Republic, which is obviously an MMORPG, a little bit like World of Warcraft. Now I've played World of Warcraft for about 10 years now, but I've just got so bored of it. It's like every expansion pack comes out, it's just the same thing. You level up, you gear up, you do raids, you wait for content to come out, you do that bit of content, you gear up a bit more, and then a new expansion comes out, and you've got to do it all over again, and it's just got old and tedious for me. And then I was going to try Star Wars, which to be honest is pretty much just exactly the same thing as WoW, but just looks different. So I decided to leave it. I wasn't going to bother doing videos anymore. I've got one video on my channel which I've left on just for something that I can look back on and say, wow, this was my first video attempt, how bad was this? And whilst I realise these last couple of videos that I put on for ETS it's not amazing, but you know, you've got to start somewhere, and hopefully you guys can support us and understand that it's all just new. I mean, it's for me, it's just something to do. You know, I enjoy playing ETS. I like watching videos on YouTube, so why not give it a go and make my own and give you guys something to watch. I mean, I've started getting really into my simulator. Wow, look at that! That was absolutely gorgeous. That car. I don't even know what it was, but it looked good. I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, for me, doing these videos is it's to keep me sane, to be honest. I did take ill last year. I was wheelchair bound for about 4 months. I managed to get myself back up on my feet, plodding around with crutches, and still not really able to do too much as of yet. And it just gets so boring being stuck in the house, and obviously like when everybody's at work and you like there's nobody you can go to see, it gets to you eventually. So for me, this was kind of like, this is my way of breaking the boredom and just doing something I generally enjoy, to be honest. I mean, if I'm playing the game, then why not record it at the same time? It just kind of made sense, really. And I do realise I do use the word quite a lot. There we are. There we go again. And it's purely for the fact that when you're playing a game and you're trying to speak to the audience throughout the recording, you've got to be in this constant thinking mode for things to say, and you do well. I tend to say a lot as I'm thinking, so I do apologise about that. Hopefully, as the videos go along, I might stop doing that as much, and the voice flow should come a little bit easier. And I mean, once hopefully I'll get people commenting on my videos and giving us things to do, and like asking for certain deliveries and go to certain places and what have you, and obviously discussing different things throughout my videos. It'll give me something more to talk about in my next video as well. So hopefully the ums should cut out, and the chat flow should go a lot better and a lot smoother. But it's quite difficult talking to yourself, but at the same time trying to remember that you're not actually talking to yourself, you're talking towards the audience out there. Oh, That looks cool. Yeah, so you when you're recording, you're kind of talking to yourself, and if anybody was to walk in, they'd think this guy's weird. But you've just got to kind of remember, oh wow, one of my drivers has just brought in £6,000 That is amazing, and he's leveled up. Awesome. We'll sort his talent point out. So yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to be honest. It's different. It's it's something I've not done before, that's for sure. But I like it. It's a challenge to think of stuff to say and to keep you guys entertained and try not to bore you too much. Hopefully I'm not boring you too much. You know, if there's anything you guys want to know about me, or anything you want to know about the game, I might not know everything, to be honest, but if I know it, then I'll answer it. So I am going to try and do maybe one video a week for now. Upload one episode a week, just to get started. Like I say, I mean this is literally something just to occupy me and keep me busy. Stop me going insane, to be honest. But I mean, if all goes well, and this crazy guy, if all goes well and my videos do hit off, then you know, I might try and go for more videos a week. I might try and get a couple on a week. But that's all down to you guys, and you know, if I'm not getting much interest right away, then I'll just go for one video a week. I'm not going to give up, just because I'm not getting a hit straight away. Obviously there's a lot of guys out there that's doing YouTube videos, and yet still there's a lot of guys out there that are actually doing ETS and ATS videos as well, so it's quite high competition, to say the least. But like I say, this is just for the fun of it for me. I know there's guys out there that do this full time, and they absolutely love it. And you know, maybe if things go well, then I might push towards full time myself and maybe start streaming on Twitch or whatever. But you know, that's looking way into the future. That. So yeah, there's a little bit of background about me, and you know, what I'm expecting to get out of the game, and what I'm expecting, well, what I'm hoping to get out of you guys, to entertain you guys, and keep us happy. I'm a little bit off with this one, so this might not go as planned. Let's see. I'll try and get my trailer a bit further around, to be honest, but it never quite went as planned, so there's nothing worse than trying to do a near side reverse. Now I am in there, but I'm not happy it's not straight enough. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, to be honest. So we're just going to pull that out. That's what she said anyway. Just going to back that in once again. There we are, that's much better. That's more than my liking. Stick that in there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Handbrake on. Dump my trailer. Let's see what we've got out of this. Skip that. So we've done 189 kilometres. It took us 3 hours 9 minutes. Fuel it consumes 68.161. I'm assuming that'd be, I don't know if that's litres or gallons, to be honest. So base reward was 5,820. We got 189 XP out of that. Proficiency bonus, that's just purely for my level, 1,396. From our high cargo bonus, we've only got it in rank 1, so we've got 266 plus 34 XP. Because it was a fragile cargo bonus as well, we're only rank 1 in that. So we've got £266 and 41 XP, and bonus for parking 40 XP. It only took us up 3 bars of the level, but you notice as you get higher up in the level, around this level, it does start to take a few deliveries to get leveled up. I mean, when you start off at level 1, if you get yourself a decent job at the beginning, you can sometimes skip level 2 and go straight into level 3. So yeah, that's our first delivery done. Just shut it down. So I'm going to leave this here, guys. Leave your comments, like if you enjoyed. Like I say, anything you want to say or anything you want to ask, feel free to leave your message, and I shall see you guys in the next episode. Hara out.